Hello to Alex, so glad to see you.
Teaching in specialized programs with primarily elementary age and some preschool age kids with special needs has been my whole career. I've always felt very blessed to have landed in a career that has always felt like a passion. I came to Hermiston in 2004, knocked on the door and said I was here and needed a job, and so they gave me a job even though there really wasn't a job at the time. And it just all worked out well because at that time they were starting to need to develop a life skills program. They hadn't had one for many years. So one of the things that I was really privileged to be involved in at this district was being on the team that started the program from scratch. I think when I retire, the thing that I'm going to miss the most is being a part of the school culture, being a part of the school family. I guess I would say to future teachers, this is a really, really challenging job, but it's so important. If you did something that made a student's life better today, gave them hope and vision for themselves, give their families hope and vision for them, you've met the goal. That's what we're doing. Because that's all we can really do is impact this moment.
Cassie has been probably one of the best role models that we have had as far as what professionalism is at Highland. She gives everything she has day in and day out, not just to her students and to the students' families, but also to our staff. She defines what a teammate truly is. She is the best coach, mentor I have worked with in education.
Cassie, we're definitely going to miss you. Thank you for just being a friend in faith, somebody that I can confide in on a personal level too. It's been an honor to get to know you and to work with you every single year. You're definitely leaving your legacy behind, but I know that the lives that you're going to touch from here on out too are going to be just as blessed. And it's not goodbye. Once a Husky, always a Husky, and I know that we'll all keep in touch, and we wish you the best.
Cassie's amazing. Cassie's amazing. She does all the things for students all the time, and I don't know if I've ever met anyone who's like better at their job and more dedicated to their job than Cassie is, for sure.
There's a ripple effect of having the life skills classroom here at Highland and watching how our typical peers out and about, all our little Huskies, and seeing them learn how to interact with our students and watching their empathy grow, their confidence in interacting with people who are different or differently abled grow. I think that there's been a heart growth at Highland Hills having this program here, and that's because of her.
Definitely.
We wish you well, we wish you well, all through the day today, we wish you well in your next phase.
I'm Janelle Castella. I work in special ed with the high needs children. I work with one-on-one, and I love what I do. I really enjoy it, and I've been with the district for 13 years, and before that I substitute taught. I worked at Sunset, and Mark Mulvihill said, I don't want you volunteering anymore. I need to put you on the payroll and I will hire you, so you just go down and take care of that. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. I've worked with students who are autistic, and the one-on-one little guy I work with was born at 1 pound because he stopped growing in the womb, and so he's slower than the other kids, but he is amazing. I really enjoy him. I enjoy all the kids. I help all the kids in the classroom well. When I'm done with my one, then I can help all of them. And I like to be busy. I like to be kept busy and have things that I can do while they're reading or doing other things. I just love children, and I think if there's anything I can do to help them learn, that is fantastic. Oh, it's exciting for me to see their growth, to see how far they've come, to see them be able to interact better with their peers. It's awesome. Yes, it will be hard. I will miss the kids like crazy. I love the children intensely. My husband's been retired for a couple of years. I'm ready to be able to, I'm going to go camping, or I'm going to go here, I'm going to go do that. And it's like, I want to go. And I do have 3 grandchildren here in town that I can dote over and spend time with, and I can sub if I choose to later on. Besides the children, I'll miss my friendships. That's a lot. But that doesn't mean I still can't socialize. That's not a problem. I really have enjoyed my time working here. I really enjoy the people I work with. It's a happy place. I like that.
My name is Susie Cobb, and I've been in Hermiston 15 years, and I'm the Family and Consumer Sciences teacher at Hermiston High School.
What is your head chef going to have to get out in the kitchen?
We turn hundreds of kids away every year that want into her program, and that's a testament to Mrs. Cobb because of what she's built.
We have a hospitality and culinary program, and that is the majority of the classes that I teach. It involves teaching students basic cooking and food preparation skills and principles of food and nutrition. Students then have an opportunity to take Bulldog Catering, and they can also take a class called Hospitality and Tourism. The other program of study involves education, and that involves teaching students to become teachers. So students start off with a program of human development, a class called Creative Activities for Children, where they have an opportunity to plan lessons and teach first graders from West Park Elementary.
I also have lots of onions, so if you are interested in onions, we have about 47 pounds left in the pantry.
One of the things that people often notice when they come here, especially on a lab day or something like that, is that it seems a little chaotic because students are actually up moving around, doing things. They are seldom sitting in their seats.
Take a look at what that recipe says and see if you need all 28 ounces, and if you don't.
When you put 30, anywhere from 25 to 35 kids in there, and they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing, and what looks like little to no supervision, though when you're a teacher like Mrs. Cobb, you learn to have eyes in the back of your head, sideways, whatever.
I agree. You might have to adjust your pasta. You need to fill out the bag too.
The joke is that, and it's not really a joke, but we literally have to hire 2 people to replace her. We've said she's done the work of 2 people. She's the only teacher that since I've been here that has had 2 programs, which one program is incredibly difficult, and to run 2 and then to do the extracurricular activities that she does is really, I don't even know if anyone understands the work that she's put in and what she does. And so, yeah, it's you can't replace someone like Susie. She's a consummate professional. She does everything right. She's a great leader. We're going to miss her. Definitely, she's had an impact on students, not just the time that she's with them, but for their whole lives.
I see former students all the time at the grocery store, and they tell me they're still making fettuccine Alfredo, or they tried a recipe that we used to do in class, or something like that. So yes, I get a lot of positive feedback.
Just Mrs. Cobb, you're going to be missed. You've been a great friend to a lot of us, specifically to me, and we hope the people that we have hired can come close to filling your shoes.
I can't thank you enough for what you've done for our students. I also appreciate the work that you've done with your colleagues and how you've helped me personally. And on behalf of the CTE program, we really wish you the best in retirement for you and Joe and your family, that you get some time to go off and share it with them and go experience new things. You deserved it, you worked really hard, and we appreciate everything you've done for us.
I'm Chemo Gabriel. I teach science for the most part, yeah. And I've been here in Hermiston School District for 28 years. Both my parents are teachers and I have a brother that's a teacher. So teaching was kind of a natural thing to get into. But that really wasn't my first choice. I was in agriculture science in college. And I really thought I was going to do some kind of agriculture career. But as time went on, I went from junior college over to Eastern Oregon State College, and they had an intro to teaching class that I took. And that pretty much kind of guided me into teaching. I've never done anything but middle school, 7th and 8th graders for 32 years. So, and I don't know, they're fun. Kids at this age really recognize fairness and honesty, and whether you're really really enjoy what you do. These last 10 years have been my best 10 years. So I'm not retiring because I'm tired of teaching. I'm retiring because it's time to do something else. I think I'm going to miss the people and the kids a lot, but I think I'm going to enjoy my new schedule. I also have a business where I'm a fishing guide, and so after retirement, I'll just kind of transition into that occupation, I guess, more full time.
So our history began together back in our days at Eastern Oregon State College, and one weekend my sister came up for a visit and I happened to introduce her to you, and well, one thing led to another, and well, thank goodness that turned out well for everyone. I believe your first year here in Hermiston was back in 1990-91 at Arm and Larrivee Junior High School. And I arrived 3 years later. Thank you for helping me land a job here in Hermiston, as well as teaching me what a strong subject-alike team looked like, with collaboration and strong high standards for students. And those first few years for me was a huge time of growth, and I appreciate all the coaching that you gave me especially in those early first few years. So I wish you the best of luck in whatever new adventure comes your way, and I think we all know that it's going to involve a boat on a large nearby river with a fishing pole, and hopefully some quality time with the wife.
It's just been an amazing time that I've spent in your classroom, and you are so wonderful with our kids. You have so much patience with them, and they have learned so much from you. And I love the excitement that you share with me when they pass their OAKS tests, which no one expects them to, but you and I and Mrs. Miller. Anyway, I'm just going to miss you, and I hope retirement is wonderful, and I'll still honk at you every time I go over the bridge and think you're fishing.
You've been like our compass, and it's going to be tough navigating without you, but we'll be calling you, and I guess best of all, I just thank you for reminding us to be frog kissers. And just every time we see frogs, we'll be thinking of you. And we've had so much fun, and we are gonna miss you. And we're so excited for this next chapter. Fishing and family, it doesn't get better, so best of luck.
As a father, Chemo, I know that Tate and Mitch are super proud of who you are. I appreciate the fact that I got to teach Tate, and you know what? Now's the time that you can spend more time with them, and you know, that's cool. So from this big baby
And this one,
We love you.
we do. We love you so much. Enjoy retirement.
All the way.
Do they talk about positive thoughts?
A little bit.
A little bit, but what is the main thing? I work with kids that are in jeopardy of not graduating. Okay, so if QT... I do tutoring, I administer a program that allows them to be able to get that credit back, so their grade will be changing from an F to a D. I look at every kid as a puzzle. What can I do to put him back together, help him get himself or her back together? I look at them all as a puzzle, and I love puzzles.
She's working with a group of kids that need some help, and she shows that help by loving them.
It's a struggle sometimes. It needs to go through your brain before it comes out of your mouth, but it's worth it.
Here's something I've wanted to do for years, is I want a sign above her door that says, warning, you're entering bear territory. She is the mama bear, and she's ferocious, she's tough with her kids, but she absolutely loves them, and she'll bend over backwards to help them. It's just been amazing to see the turnaround some of our kids are making, and she's a huge part of that.
The challenge is trying to figure out how to get them to succeed, and the reward is when they walk across and get their diploma. My husband didn't realize what I actually did until he saw these kids come up to me. And I'd meet him at the store, I'd meet him, they'd be a checker at Safeway or at Walmart, pumping gas at the gas station, and they all told me, I did what you told me to do, I got a job. You know? And so you can retire. I've had a blast. There's never been a bad day. There's been better days, and there's been not so good days, but never a bad day, ever.
I've never once, not one time have I felt that she is burned out and needs to retire.
I want to go out saying, I love my job from the day I started it till the day I left it. I'm going to be sad when I leave, but I also am going to be very content because I know I still love my job.
Deanna, you will be missed, not just by myself, but all of the staff at Hermiston High School. I don't believe that many of them realize that the hours and the time that you've put into helping each and every child that you've worked with become successful.
Well, I would say that I'm going to miss you, but I know you're going to be back, and I'm looking forward to that. And I know it's going to be nice to call on you when we need help next year and setting this up again. Wish you the best. You have deserved this, and so as you retire, you and your husband, I hope you have a lot of fun and a lot of things planned for yourselves. So, gonna miss you.
My name is Loretta Schaub, and I've been working for the school district for approximately 21 years, all of it at Armin. I am the attendance secretary. That's my title, but a lot of the things we do in the office are teamwork. I have a lot of help when we're doing progress reports or report cards, and we're stuffing a lot of things in the envelopes. So we work real well as a team. It's been great. I love working around people and the kids. It does keep you young.
So anytime anybody asks like how old she is, they don't believe it because she doesn't. She definitely doesn't act her age. She is young. I always tell her she is a young soul, and she always tells us that
we keep her young.
Yeah, I said that we keep her young, and I told her like, don't leave because then you're not going to be young anymore.
Your ASB card. It's just like having kids of your own. I feel like I've got 800 kids here. The things here that go on at school do make a big difference in their lives, or children that need that special time and the attention to make them feel special. This is where I can get emotional real easy. We've got kids that home life wasn't the best, and you see them bloom, and at times it's maybe not us at the front or maybe not a teacher, it could be the custodian. and they get that relationship with them, and you just see them blossom. And that's the things that I like to see.
So I think she sees kids as her own too, because you can always see like some kids that need a little extra love, and Loretta's definitely
the one to show.
Yeah.
This whole thing has made me emotional because this has been a huge part of my life and the people I've made. I still have lunch with people that I first started working with. And it is like, I used to tell people, it's like a second family, and it is to me.
Definitely, I think at Armand we feel like we're a family. Like we don't see each other as coworkers, it's just like a big family. Because we're always here for each other if we ever need anything, even outside of work, we're just a text call away. I know that she said she doesn't have any girls, but I feel like she's always been there for us no matter what. Like if we're having a rough day, she turns it around and like makes us laugh, even just with the simplest things.
We're gonna miss her. She's an amazing person. Yeah. She's like our mom.
Yeah, definitely. And she always just gives us advice, and we love hearing about how she was when she was younger, and all the stories.
It's been an enjoyable 21 years. It's been fun. I wouldn't have done anything else.
My name is Christy Smalley, and when I'm in trouble, Kristen Smalley. And I am currently the elementary library media specialist for the 5 elementary schools here in Hermiston.
She went down the sidewalk, and then she went through the garden.
I always thought that I would teach first grade just like my mother was teaching in Hebner when I go visit her classroom, and never thought I would stray from that path. My current principal sort of tricked me into trying out the library program, and I never thought I would be a librarian. I didn't see myself as a librarian. The variety just really fit what I like to do, and I found my natural element.
She's an amazing lady, and to do what she's done for the time that she's done it, and does it with a smile, and I just look at her and I'm in awe.
Christy is a true educator. She loves kids, she has a passion for reading, and that's what's made her such an amazing librarian. She started off right after going to Oregon State, coming right into teaching, and just has been a joy in the teaching profession.
Not a lot of people have the opportunity to spend their entire career in one school district. And to me, that's been a real blessing because I've been able to build on relationships. Covering 5 elementary schools, you know, I think about what a blessing it is that I've known a lot of the staff members.
Christy has always guided us. Her management of kids is fantastic. Her organization, just her enthusiasm for learning and helping kids read has really helped me, especially now that I teach kindergarten. Giving that love of reading to kids.
Still, there was the little bowl of milk.
I've never seen one person quiet a whole auditorium with a snap of her finger. But you know, she has that warm demanding about her.
I guess my legacy, I hope, will be she was stern so they could learn. And I really do believe that, you know, you need to be the one that's in control of your classroom, and the kids need to know that. It's very comforting for them, so then they can put their energy into learning.
She was born a teacher. There's just no way around it. She's the type of teacher that we all strive to kind of be because she gets it.
You know, my heart and soul are with the Hermiston School District. I grew up with the Hermiston School District. You know, they saw me from being a young adult, just coming out and starting my teaching career now to the sunset of the career.
I will miss working with Christy, but I know that she'll be in our schools all the time. And so that's the one positive thing with her retiring. She gets to do the things she loves, but she'll still be in the schools with us. But I will miss seeing her in the library and her seeing a kid that's struggling with reading and saying, hey, can I take this kid and we can just read for a few minutes? And I'll miss that love and passion she has for reading and just being in my classroom helping out.
Christy Smalley will always be in some way in a leadership teaching role. That's just who Christy is.
Christy, it has been a joy to work with you for over 14 years, and I will miss you dearly, and I hope that you will come back and do your Rocky dance at our assemblies and continue to encourage kids to do their best and to have a lifelong love of learning and reading.
Oh, there you go. She knows. Is that who you have?
I've been in Hermiston for 27 years, so I started out in band and choir for 7th and 8th, 6th, 7th, and 8th, in the middle schools for 7 years, and then got my master's in counseling and was at West Park for 15, Armand for 5, and came back to West Park for 3. I love teaching band and choir and enjoyed it so much, but Chris Frazier, who was a counselor at Sandstone, said to me, "Debbie, you need to be a counselor." And I had never thought of that. And so she and I talked back and forth, and then so I found a program and got my master's in counseling, and there was an opening at West Park, and I lucked out. I knew that I loved to help people and loved to help people solve problems. And so it came very natural. I really enjoyed the kids and am able to develop the relationships with them so that they trust me.
Deb is wonderful because of her exuberance, her ability to brighten up the room when she walks in, and I don't doubt her. With that trust and that faith, knowing she'll take care of it, knowing that she has the best interest of everyone at heart, and the insane ability to say the right words at the right time. And whether they're ornery words or whether they're funny because that's what you needed. In addition to checking up on our 600 kids, she checks up on the 55 staff members too. She just has a way.
She's genuine. I mean, she genuinely cares what's going on. Or she'll come by and, put her face up against my window and leave a nose print and then just walk away. And I'm like, that's awesome. And I love that because then I just start laughing. It's the best. I was like, did you need something? She goes, no, I was just looking in to see what you're doing, saying hi. Fantastic. Thank you for that.
What does it say?
I fed the cat.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I remember that first day when you left flowers on my desk, and then 5 minutes into 2nd grade, I didn't have any pencils for my kids to write with. And as a new teacher, I knew I could come to you. And in addition to bailing me out on the very first day, the kind thing you did yesterday, 17 years later, still mean the world to me. I appreciate your talent and your strength. You're very gifted at your job, and I've always appreciated and depended on that, but most of all just watch you in awe as I feel just so lucky to work with you.
Deb, I love you, and I'm still in denial about this whole thing, and I can't imagine coming to work and you not being here. Walking by your office, stopping in just to say hey, or of course come to me with any problem that I may have with myself or with students. I'm so blessed that I've been able to work with you for as long as I have, and I wish you well. And in retirement, you lucky girl, and good luck.
So we're live right now.
We're rolling. That little red light.
We're rolling.
It means we're rolling.
So I probably shouldn't use my farm language.
Is this live now?
Yes. Well, it's not live.
And editing.
Don't tell me there's a bloopers after this either, because I'm gonna be part of the bloopers.
Would you like to address the camera directly and speak directly to Deb?
It's like a herd of cats that are totally unorganized. So we're not a herd of cats, but we're close.
Some more than others.
Some more than others, yes.
And the other advice I would give to any single young female teachers is if you are looking for a wonderful husband, walk into Les Schwab and pick one out. That's how I found mine. So I walked in and my very first words to who became my husband eventually was, I need my rear end realigned. And it just went from there.
No. Are you gonna fix the hair like the picture people do?
Do you have the plastic combs?
I would stick in my hair.
Yeah,
see, this is why I emailed you this morning. This is what we do, and Deb's used to it. But we have to look better for the people in Hermiston.
Why are we here?
Because we love Deb Sprung.
Love Deb Sprung.
Chemo, I'm gonna miss you so much. All these years you've been my mentor and everything. I can't take it anymore. Please come back and help me, Chemo. We love you. We love you.